in front of us.
He kept looking at us.
It was a big game. I mean, a good clean. As I was saying a little bit earlier, this is an ideal spot for the leopard to spend the day. Nice shade. We've got some Timbuti trees here and a weeping boerbean. It's a little drainage line. He's quite close to the quarantine clearings where there's possibly a lot of food. Oh, sorry. Where there's possibly a lot of food. And there's water not too far away. So it's a very good spot for a leopard to spend the day.
Andrew coming?
Should we cross over to Mark so we can say goodbye and then we'll come back here? Hey guys, we're just going to cross across to Mark for a few minutes. We're going to stay here with the leopard and we'll be back in a few minutes. When you're ready, Andrew.
Well, in contrast to your morning, Alex and I have had a little bit of a different morning. We haven't been able to find much. There's been a bit of a weather change that's happened. The wind has turned 180 degrees. It's now sort of coming in from the north, and whatever cloud there was, most of it is burned off by now, but there is some bank in the south, and there was an old Shangaan saying that I learnt many years ago, that when the wind comes from the north like this, it goes to fetch the rain in the south. So I hope something like that's going to happen. A lot of buffalo. It's getting very hot, and a lot of buffalo at the dam here already. We're at Gowrie Dam. I did a little bit of a drive around again, trying to see if I could pick up any sign of quarantine male, but unfortunately not able to do so. I've done a lot of driving this morning, and seems to be pretty much uniform everywhere. There's not much about, and one of the reasons why we've stayed with the leopard for so long is because there hasn't really been much else about other than the odd buffalo making their way to water. But it's been a really, really beautiful morning other than that. A couple of things I did find. I found a vulture carcass when I was looking for elephant on Arathusa. Alex, there's a bird next to that buffalo, that third buffalo, a little black and white thing next to the water. There's a very interesting bird that I'm sure our birders are going to like to see. I don't know, we'll try and get closer to it, or maybe it'll come this way. Guesses as to what that is. Where was I? Well, I heard a lot of francolin shouting. I went to investigate, and the francolin were all on top of a guarri bush. I walked around a little bit and came across a carcass, or the remains of a young vulture, and I believe there was a vulture around that area, a place called Second Windmill, a place where we don't get great signal. There was a vulture on the ground. The guys were saying that maybe it was sick or something. My guess is that there might be a caracal or a serval or an African wildcat. Maybe it was a leopard. I don't think it was a leopard, because there were no leopard tracks on any of the roads anywhere near there. They did find leopard tracks on a couple of other roads, and when we were leaving Arathusa, they found, I think it was Tundi. I'll find out later. But also out of our signal range. Other than that, I did mention a couple of flowers that I saw there that I'm going to try and look for here this afternoon. And well, it's coming time for me to say goodbye from Alex and myself. And Wendy be out again this afternoon. Anyways, that lovely little black and white bird. And I don't know if anyone's come through, but we're going to be going back to Brent to say goodbye to the leopard. Oh, yeah, I'm looking at buffalo and I should be looking at you. Well, Alex and myself, Mark, thanks for joining us on Wendy this morning. That is a pied wagtail, by the way. We don't get to see them too often, but mostly only around rivers and water. But a nice bird to have. Use my sunglasses, sorry, what they were on. And we'll go back to Brent and I'll see you this afternoon. Bye everybody.
He really doesn't like this thing. We're still sitting here with Kunyuma. As you can see, he's enjoying the shade. He's travelled an incredible distance today. Since last night, since the last place he was seen, we found his tracks this morning on our eastern boundary, and he's now much closer to our western boundary. He's probably, in terms of, I'm trying to figure it out now, he's probably done 6, 7, maybe even 8 kilometers, especially with his zigzagging through the bush. But you can see he's quite tired now, and he's chosen himself a wonderful spot to spend the day. As a leopard, you can't really ask for a better spot than this to spend the day. Got a nice termite mound for a bit of elevation, lots of shade, little drainage line, and from that elevation you can see across the other side of the drainage line if any potential prey species or threats come. If he does get faced with any threats, he's got a nice big scotia tree very close by to climb if he is in any trouble, although he could even climb the small timbuites if he was in serious stress. Also, lots of cover around if he does see any animals moving towards him. It's a good area to hunt for a leopard. So and it's always nice from our point of view is the fact that what time did we find those tracks?
Early.
Yeah, 6:30,
Yeah.
7:45.
Yeah.
No, we hadn't even been out for half an hour. It was probably in my head. And we found those tracks, and we followed them, and we lost them. Then we found them again, and then we followed them again, lost them, found them again, and then I think he just finished a drink at Treehouse Jam when we spotted him moving up the drainage line. And see, for those of you worried about if the leopard was being harassed, there's zero chance a leopard would turn its back on us if it was feeling stressed or harassed like it is now, and not keep an eye on us. He's just a funny leopard. See, I mean, he's very vulnerable if we were trying to harass him. So I think it's just his character. So guys, thanks for joining us this morning. It's been a wonderful morning, and I need to say, there we go. There. Turn. Wait. This way. Okay, perfect. It's been a wonderful morning. I've really enjoyed it. Love tracking and finding leopards, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. And hopefully we'll see you this afternoon. We're probably going to come have a look here this afternoon again, but I doubt he's going to be in the same place. Other than that, there are those 2 male lion tracks that haven't left the property, and they didn't come out of that block, so maybe we'll go look for some lions. But I'll chat to Mark and we'll make a plan for the afternoon. So from all of us here at Wild Earth, have a wonderful day or evening wherever you are in the world, and we will see you in a few hours. Cheers.
Start and end your day on safari. Every day, twice a day through January 31st, join a real African safari live online. Come face to face with lions. Start and end your day on safari. Every day, twice a day through January 31st, join a real African safari live online.